Alright, so this is pretty self-explanatory. Today we'll be focusing on every single arc in the Naruto franchise. For your information, everyone, this is not just my personal favorite arcs per se, but also trying to balance objectivity as much as possible and clearly analyzing every single arc and ranking them based on criteria such as quality of storytelling, importance of the story, etc. Do me a favor real quick and like the video as well, as it helps the channel quite a bit. Anyways, let's get started. All right, so starting things out, we got the search for Tsunade. Okay, this arc is honestly really good as it has some of the most iconic moments in the series. Now, obviously, this arc is ranked last, which may make the previous statements sound contradictory, but it's not. And in no way does this mean that it's not a good arc, because it is. This is the arc we finally get to see Naruto officially use the Rasengan, the Battle of the Sannin, the introduction of Tsunade, etc. It holds a very important part of the story as well as its time period where after the Hidden Leaf is in shambles from Orochimaru, the village is in dire need of a new Hokage. Plus, it serves as a staple of an important moment when the main character levels up in strength. Also, if Jiraiya and Naruto had not gone looking for Tsunade, she may have actually healed his arms, which would have put the Leaf in even more danger. Another thing you could have looked at is if they don't bring Tsunade back, Rock Lee never gets healed and he never becomes a shinobi again. And we can just keep going and going on in terms of all the different things that Tsunade helped out throughout the village. So bringing her back to the village was extremely necessary, okay? But the influence of Jiraiya and Naruto was more than likely the sway needed for Tsunade to, bring her back to the village. But in comparison to the other arcs, it's not quite as important. In my opinion, Orochimaru is already without the use of his arms at this point. Plus, if Tsunade does not become the Hokage, it's not the end of the world, because the village elders did go and ask Jiraiya first and foremost to become Hokage. But, in that case, if they weren't able to find Tsunade and Jiraiya still declined, they probably would have ended up having Kakashi become Hokage, as we saw him become later on in the series anyways. So, while Tsunade was extremely important, her presence in the village was important as opposed to her really becoming Hokage. At the end of the day, it doesn't diminish this arc whatsoever. I think it's a fantastic arc, but it's ranked as the last arc because at the end of the day, it's just not better than the ones ahead of it. All right, so number 4, we got the Konoha Crush. Again, the ranking does not mean this arc is not good, but it actually means that the other arcs ahead are just in such higher quality and importance. It was placed here. To be clear, this is the arc that occurred right after the Chunin exams. Well, technically during the Chunin exams. During this time, we see the Hidden Leaf Village attacked by Orochimaru and his fake Sound Village that was allied with Sand Village. This was obviously a major event, not only within the story, but among the lore of the Naruto world as well. If they had succeeded, then we are possibly talking about a world in which many of our favorite Konoha characters are literally dead, and could lead to much more instability within the ninja world. This is also a time where we see the third Hokage die in battle, as well as some very important character moments from the maturity of Naruto, Sasuke, and Gaara as well. Why this is ultimately fourth for me is because some of the events that occurred are not as great as it could have been. Primarily the battles happening in the village. Orochimaru versus Hiruzen is a very lackluster fight that takes way too much time and is not as thrilling or as high quality as you'd expect it to be from a battle between two Kage level characters. Plus, the majority of the fight is simply a stalemate between Hiruzen and Orochimaru, which gets boring as shit to watch after a while. Plus, Kakashi and Guy were here defending the Leaf in the stadium, and it could have been a great moment to give them some dope individual fights or showcase some great teamwork. But instead, the battles are not really focused on, as it seems the dialogue is much more of a plot point here, which is weird given the fact that Guy and Kakashi aren't really saying anything noteworthy during this battle. The scenes with Kakashi and Guy in this arena try to give off this false sense of danger and intrigue, but without the fights actually being prioritized and animated properly. It just feels very forgettable. It is so obvious these moments were just background scenes from the Gaara versus Sasuke and Naruto battle that, after some time watching this arc, it just gets pretty dull when you're not focused on the primary battle. If done properly, we would have been able to see some much more important moments overall that were happening besides the major one. So number 4 is where it stays at. Here, number 3, we got the Chunin exams. An amazing arc with high stakes, amazing moments, a great storyline, and an introduction to many of the characters we see throughout the story of Naruto. Seeing the progression of Sasuke's curse mark degrading his sanity and his health was very interesting and cool as hell. Getting to see characters like Rock Lee and Guy get introduced, but let's not waste any time here and talk about the most important moments here, which were the battles. Okay, the Chunin exam preliminary and the final round tournaments were just a series of great events. During this time period, we see further evidence of just how unique the battle styles in Naruto were. Many of the battles required a tactical outlook, analyzing the strengths and weaknesses of said opponent, and then being able to create countermeasures in order to move forward. Now, to some of the issues with the arc, a lot more of the battles in this arc are pretty forgettable, like more than you would expect. Sasuke, Naruto, Rock Lee, and Shikamaru all had interesting moments, but that's about it. Every other moment was lackluster at best. So, number 3, that's where we're going to keep it. As per my first video on this channel, y'all know what I think about this arc. It's an amazing introduction to an anime series and not only has iconic moments, such as Kakashi using the lightning blade for the first time, or Naruto going 9 tails versus Haku, but it also has high quality morality moments about what it means to be a shinobi and what it takes to truly be strong, protecting comrades, as well as the fine line a shinobi must balance between the job one has to do as a shinobi versus the humanity one chooses to show to their comrades, and in general. Tactical fighting was also apparent during this arc, as we see examples of Sasuke and Naruto working together to save Kakashi against a superior opponent known as Zabuza. But this is an amazing arc, and for anyone that has not watched it in a while, that's probably like sitting there asking why the fuck is this arc so high, I urge you to watch this arc again from start to finish, and you will see how fucking dope it is. Y'all knew it. Everyone knew it. Everyone knew this was going to be the number 1 arc of the OG series, and why wouldn't it be? This arc, besides the Chunin exams arc, gave its side characters the most time to shine, and this is during extremely important stakes. Seeing guys like Choji, Shikamaru, Neji, as well as Kiba get their own moments to shine and focus on being important members of the story is still such an amazing decision that honestly should have happened a lot more in the story. The unique jutsu and techniques that each shinobi showcased, the injuries and casualties that were sustained during the battles, all led to the final battle between rivals. This battle was not only great based off the visualization behind the stakes and philosophy of it as well, plus enhanced QB Cloak Naruto with the Rasengan versus Curse Seal Sasuke and the Chidori is simply a classic. Anyways, that's all I have for now, everyone. Let me know if you agree with this list or if you would have the ranking in a different order. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. Take care.